Bring me my money.
The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Golden Boot presents HBCU Hour. See how I did that? See how I fixed that real quick? Well, nah, man. Welcome back to another episode of HBCU Hour. It's your boy Pooh Bell. Got my man Aunt Petty Murphy in the building.
What's happening? What's happening?
Not much, man. Man, listen. I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. We almost got them Waffle Color Coalition up out of there. They almost did it last night. They got tired. They said we're gonna wait, but it's like I said, what's gonna happen? We're gonna see though. We're gonna see. But man, it's been a another good week, fun-filled week. Come down to the end, and kind of one of my favorite days, Thursday.
Thursday's one of your favorite days.
It's one of my favorite days.
Interesting day.
It is. You know, Thursday one of my favorite days. But it ain't that strong because it's a weekday.
No.
Oh man. But man, what's good, man? Hope everybody's doing well. Want to chop it up real quick. Talk a little. Man, we got a lot of softball, a lot of baseball, a lot of surprises. First of all, in the SWAC and the MEAC, there are some people who we had predictions, and that MEAC ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
ain't gonna happen. Well, you know what? I take that back. I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna happen. I got to look at the current standings, but or the current bracket. But it ain't looking good. Yeah, ain't looking too good. My man Banks. Yeah, nah, not this year.
Hey, but I told you though, it ain't. It's hard to win both, man. It's hard to win both.
That it is, man. That it is. What's good, man? We got our guy, affirmative action in the build. I mean, our diversity expert, Mr.
DEI.
Zach.
Or the DEI.
The blue blood. Zach was starting mess last night. No, he wanted to start mess. He was in there. HBCU Nightly got a little loud last night.
I went back and listened, man.
I'm just saying, man.
Y'all boys crazy, man.
I ain't do nothing. I was a spectator. I was spectational. And,
I get it.
Yeah, I was just listening last night.
You've been known to stir the pot a little bit though.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, man.
Yeah. But shout out to all them. Shout out to all them daddies in the boardrooms though. Y'all get it going.
Yeah. Watch to y'all conversations though.
Yeah. But man, let's talk about this. Let's talk football, man. Anytime we can talk football, it's gonna be a good day. Alabama A&M. So we did see that they did sign the contract to continue the Magic City Classic, but they did not sign with that group ASC, who basically would promote it and stuff. Yeah, they didn't sign with them, they actually have created their own task force to help boost football attendance for not just that game, also the Lewis Cruz Classic on September 9th, and also the homecoming game against Tuskegee. They're looking for ways to help boost attendance, man, to create that buzz. It's going to be spearheaded by the AD and then also a retired judge. I forget, M. Lynn Johnson, I think that's what it was. They said that one of the reasons they didn't do the ASC contract, the money wasn't guaranteed over that time frame. Yeah, so they are looking into that.
I like the creativity though.
Yeah. Brother Bakar in the building. What's good, man? He said Zach Airwell. Yes, that he is. MEAC might be Airwell too. But
Chuck be Airwell.
Chuck too. Yeah, that's another one. But yeah, man, A&M. I think it's a good move by them. It's a good power move. If you don't feel like you're getting what we let me put it like this. We talked about the promoters. We talked about some of the issues that people have had dealing with them. I'm not saying that ASC is directly responsible for those issues, but being able to do this for yourself, if you're able to generate or reach that goal and find a solution to help boost that attendance, that might be a good move, at least for the short term. Long term, you still want to,
Yeah, I would say as of now, I can't say it's a good move until I see, what the attendance looks like at these other games and see how successful this task force was. But I like the idea, and I like, in theory, I like what it would do in kind of keeping the money in house for Alabama A&M and kind of grassroots level promotion from within, in a sense. So I kind of like the way that they went about it. I just hope that it's successful and that they get the turnouts that they would have if they would have went the alternative route.
Bingo. Completely agree. Yeah, I just, if anything, I can't wait to see what happens and hope that a lot of people do come out and check out this new turf field, because A&M basically is they said they ain't gonna let them, they stopped them. They went ahead and pulled up that old turf. Said we finna get this new state of the art thing. What they gonna do? They gonna get that Mississippi Valley grass. Every time other team running for a touchdown, it's gonna tackle it for them.
It start growing. Huh?
It start growing. But nah, man, they this is something that we kind of got wind of, a little bit before. I'm looking forward to see what it look like, see what they do, how they do, because that stadium is beautiful, man.
Yeah,
like Lewis Cruz. Like I told you, I went there for a high school game that they hosted there, and I was like, man, this stadium is nice.
We talked about this before with the push to go away from artificial. You know what I mean? I understand it financially, you know what I mean? And it's less upkeep and all of those things. But I just kind of wish that we could get to the point where we could afford natural playing surfaces on all these schools.
Now, one thing I don't know if it's not. I hadn't seen or read what kind of turf, because even we hear turf and we automatically think the carpet.
I'm talking natural grass. Though.
Yeah. So,
because I know we're not gonna have the money to do what the Arizona Cardinals and them do, where they have the grass and they roll it out. Yeah, we can't do all that kind of stuff. But you know what I mean. But if you could just have a nice grass surface that you take care of, you know what I mean. I think that would be the best solution.
Yeah, but we gonna see, man. It's gonna be nice though.
But either way, I'm glad that they're getting upgrades.
Correct. One other thing that is getting upgraded is gonna look good. Alabama State, man. Student athletes. Alabama State partners with the Reveal Suits to provide every student athlete with a made-to-measure custom suit, and the suits will be lined with the university's custom lining.
Yeah, we've seen them things getting popular, and that's the new trend. We saw last year at
we're Grambling at
SWAC media days. We've seen them at the drafts, and guys that have especially if they know they're going number one or whatever, have that kind of reveal. So, I mean, I think it's cool that those guys get that, and at the same time, it's good exposure for Alabama State. You know what I mean? Being partnering with a brand that's on the rise like that.
Right. That this and like you said, this isn't new as far as the company. Reveal has worked with Texas. Because if you look at their website, they got like Texas,
They got a whole bunch of
Kansas,
schools.
yeah, Alabama, Arizona State. So yeah, they definitely been working with people. But for Alabama State to get that, your players gonna ride to the games, get off the bus and have those nice suits on. Tailor-made, get a tailor-made suit, custom made, bro. Do you
I
know?
almost said a quote, but I can't say it because of who
Oh
said
yeah. I thought about that. I was about to say it too. I was about to say I know exactly what coach. So
boy, you funny.
yeah. But we gonna see, man. We are going to see. Speaking of football teams, them boys in Florida, them two Florida teams, they keep rebuilding. They keep adding to their roster. Bethune
One
got
of
a
them. Yeah, that's the one right there. I think.
yeah. Bethune goes out and pulls transfer quarterback from Delaware State.
Yes. I mean, if you look at Bethune last year, you could argue that was one of the places that they struggled the most at. So I mean, I think it's good to have another guy, especially one who has experience. We'll see. I think it's interesting. That FAMU move though, and another FAMU adding Stony Brook defensive tackle. After they just added 2 other defensive tackles not too long ago. I think his name is Dakar Edwards. Something like that. Edwards is the last name but either way, I mean, we saw him get Cardell on the offensive line,
Right.
and around this same time, they got another transfer on the defensive line. So they beefing up and loading up in the trenches, which is kind of where, if you look at them versus Jackson State the last couple of years, where they've been outmatched. They've had the weapons out wide, they've had the quarterback, but they've lost the game up front. And so I think that they're making a concerted effort to kind of revamp that on both sides. And so far, I mean, we obviously got to see what the play is like from these guys. They're adding the bodies and they're adding the size for sure.
Big time move by FAMU and also by Bethune. But that's not it, man. We've got transfer portal, give it the transfer portal, take it away. We've seen recently big time. Well, I say big time. Big contributors from a lot of schools have entered the portal and have either announced their destination or making their way into other places. I don't know if this is a part of the response to the draft, seeing how the draft went, seeing some of these players trying to get to a better location. Some of these players are transferring, see if they can go to FBS and improve their stock that way. Speaking of that, Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant came out and stated that he believes that HBCU should go to Power 5, go to the FBS, and that way more of them will get drafted. Dez Bryant, before we even get into that, I do want to say Dez Bryant is a part of or is just the latest in I'm gonna say celebrity or famed individuals to come out and offer up opinions about HBCUs, HBCU culture, HBCU athletes, sports, however, whatever. But go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna be careful here and not say that he doesn't have the right to speak on HBCU.
Oh no.
However, if you're gonna speak on it, be educated. Know what you're talking about. There is a vast difference in saying that they need to go to FBS from FCS, HBCUs need to go from FBS to FC, I mean, from FCS to FBS, and saying that they need to go to the SEC or the Big Ten or the Pac-12. That's two totally different conversations that you're having. I think more research, more education needs to be done, but at the same time, stop trying to be the center of attention. Stop trying to be the one who leads the charge in these senses. You know what I mean? Like, why are you going to social media with this instead of sitting down with someone who can actually make these things happen? So I think like Chuck said, sometimes people try to be relevant and they say things that, you know, are incorrect or false and end up making themselves look foolish in a sense. And if they would have just, you know, went through back channels or, you know, use the networks that they have to try to say, hey, why can't we do this? Why shouldn't we do this? Instead of just running to social media with the first thing that comes to your mind. I think it's kind of dangerous and it's a slippery slope because people see Dez Bryant, former NFL player, and they automatically think that his word has weight more than some of the other people. And it's a slippery slope because you're spreading misinformation and have truths with your platform and don't look too good whenever what you're saying is false.
Yeah, it's all about being responsible with your platform. And like you said, no one's saying that he doesn't have a right to speak on HBCU. The fact that he's taking an interest, I'm glad to see that he's taking an interest in HBCU. HBCU sports and wanting to see better in them. I look forward to seeing where he makes his donation. I look forward to seeing him at the game supporting or even at some practices kind of offering up advice to different players. I look forward to seeing that because I think that's where he can contribute and help those players get to who get drafted.
My question is, why is it always HBCUs need to do this, HBCUs should do this, and not asking questions like, why haven't HBCUs done this? Or why can't HBCUs do this? Instead of trying to tell HBCUs what they should do, why don't you try to ask them why they haven't? So maybe you can help them overcome some of the obstacles that have prevented them from doing that.
Or why not ask the question, why isn't the NFL looking at these players? Why is it the NFL overlooks
That's
these
a great
players?
point. Why does the HBCUs have to cater to the NFL instead of the NFL catering to HBCUs?
Bingo. We've seen, and we just talked about, saying HBCU players and players jumping basically through hoops and going through transfers and everything to move up to prove that they can play when they are proving they can play now. Talent is everywhere. It's obvious. We've seen a lot of players in HBCU, some from HBCUs make rosters and do very well. I think if we see those same, players get drafted, not just out of what they're going to play well. They're going to do well.
All I need is a shot.
If I'm not mistaken, it was 2 HBCU players that ended the Cincinnati Bengals playoff run. If I'm not mistaken, there was a HBCU player that was wreaking havoc and was a big. How should I put this? Kansas City basically had to scheme in order to stop him to make sure he didn't wreak havoc. So, I mean, like I said, HBCU players, hey, what Gerald say? Draft HBCU players. We can leave it at that. So
big facts.
All right. I'm a little behind, man. I messed up. So let me go ahead and do this here. I want to shout out to our sponsors over at Bet Online. We'll be back in 1 minute. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your sports information, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds, lines, and player injury reports for this year's NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters. This season, we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. We have everything from NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL to golf, tennis, UFC, and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games that you can play right from your home. Head on over to betonline.ag today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use the promo code BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Bring me my money.
All right. Man, let's talk about a little baseball, man. SWAC, the baseball, HBCU baseball as a whole. We've got about 3 weeks, or actually about 2 weeks before tournaments, conference tournaments start.
Yeah, next week, the last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Alabama State, man, had a midweek game against you. What in the world? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Okay, my computer just glitched out or something. But you Alabama State had a midweek game against UAB and beat them. They ended up winning 6-5. Basically now Alabama State is 1 game away from setting their regular season win record.
Yeah, they should get that this weekend.
Yeah, they should. They got A&M, so nothing against A&M, but it's gonna be interesting. What in the world just happened? Like, I literally just lost one of my monitors. So trying to figure out what's going on. But
they got A&M this weekend, so they should handle that. But this weekend, SWAC on both sides, you got number 2 versus number 3. I think it's Prairie View versus Texas Southern on the west side. And who on the east? Is it but FAMU and I forgot who for number 2 in the west. Bethune, that's right. FAMU and Bethune on the east, and Texas Southern, and so that's 2 rivalry games. Also, if you look at it,
it is.
So it's gonna be and with only 1 weekend left, you know these. I mean, if you look at it, 1 game separates Bethune and FAMU. Well, really half a game, and half a game separates Texas Southern and Prairie View. So whoever wins this series could put themselves as the number 2 spot on their respective sides. And very, valuable positioning for conference tournament situations. So very, very big games this weekend. Grambling, I think Grambling's got UAPB, which is second to last in the West, and then first place in the West. First place in the East, Alabama State has last place in the East, Alabama A&M. So the first place teams kind of got a little bit of a break this weekend.
Yeah.
But next weekend is where I think they'll get tested because I know Grambling has PV to end the season. Not sure who Alabama State has to end the season, but I think they FAMU. So they'll finish with one of the top 3 teams in their respective sides. So either way, it's gonna be it's gonna be fun down the stretch for these top 3 seeds in the SWAC baseball, SWAC conference baseball stretch right before the tournament. And the Black College World Series is underway right now in Montgomery, Alabama. I know Russ College won today and sent Wiley packing. Albany State, if I'm not mistaken, is undefeated at the Black College World Series. They beat Bluefield State today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And Edward Waters knocked Savannah State out and sent them packing. So it's been some good baseball, but Albany State seems to really be rolling. They haven't lost a game down in Montgomery.
Yeah, man. Albany State ended up getting number 1 seed in the SIAC, if I'm not mistaken. But Spring Hill College, actually the non-HBCUs, actually ended up winning it all, three-peated. This is their third
crazy
Yeah, their third straight
Yeah.
tourney championship.
What we talking about though? Just because you're in the regular season.
Yeah.
And it's like if you look at it, man, it ain't too many teams that win both conference regular season and conference tournament. It's just hard when so many teams are so familiar with you, and whenever you win the conference, you got that extra motivation to knock off that number one seed. So
Right.
it's really tough to do, and only the true great teams can really do it.
Yeah.
Speaking
Speaking of, man, softball. We alluded to this. Whew, the SWAC softball tournament. Alabama State was the number one on the east side. Took on Grambling, and Grambling beat them, sent them to the losers bracket. Alabama State then dropped the game to Alcorn today and got eliminated. Yeah, great season for them, but that's not how
Grambling lost to Prairie View today and sent them to the elimination bracket, and Prairie View went to the championship, and they'll play the winner of Bethune and Alcorn, and I think they're playing right now, but I think it's like a rain delay or something.
Yeah,
weather delay or something.
Yeah, that game is down in Gulfport, Mississippi. Ooh,
but yeah, so it's been some interesting softball too. I mean, not just in the SWAC. If you look at on the MEAC side,
oh my goodness,
Banks, I'm sorry, close your ears if you're watching. But
yeah, this wasn't pretty. So you had Coppin State beat Howard, and then and sent Howard to the losers bracket. Then you had Coppin State took on number one seed Morgan State and beat them, and sent Morgan State to the losers bracket, where Morgan State had to take on Maryland Eastern Shore, and Maryland Eastern Shore put them out. Sorry, Banks. Another year, another opportunity squandered. But let's see. Josh and the Fighting Eagles, or should I say North Carolina Central and the Fighting Joshes, have won out, man, so far. They are in the championship game on Saturday. They await the winner of first Maryland Eastern Shore and Howard would play. The winner of that game will take on Coppin State. And then the winner of that game will take on North Carolina Central. So North Carolina Central is one win away from winning the MEAC softball championship. It's gonna be interesting. I can't remember. I know I said I thought Morgan State could get it done. I'm forgetting who you said. Thank you.
I said Norfolk.
Yeah, they got bounced. They got bounced early too. So yeah. So Howard actually
like
was it's like that, man.
No, I said Central. That's what I said.
You didn't say Central? Okay.
Central.
Yeah, they still in there.
Right, that's right.
They still in there. Yeah. But
because Central wasn't Central like third or fourth in the regulars?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's what I went with. I didn't go with one of the top two teams.
All right. Sad news, man. We actually meant to talk about this Monday, and it slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, man. 318 great. Vita Blue. Southern legend. Oh, what was 3-time World Series champ, 6-time All-Star, 1-time MVP of the American League and the Cy Young of the American League. In my opinion, should be a Hall of Fame, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But Vita Blue from Mansfield passed away at the age of 73 last week, man. Sad to hear. One of the greats. We talk about, African Americans in baseball. That's one of the names growing up where I'm from. He's one of the names that you heard all the time. I know a lot of people who looked up to him and who, started playing baseball because of him and because of people like him from that era. Hate to hear that that he's gone so soon, but he left a great legacy, and Southern especially will be remembering him, I'm sure, in the weeks and stuff to come, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, great man, great player who gone too soon.
Yeah, 3-time world champ, former AL Cy Young and AL MVP, 6-time All-Star.
Yeah, should be in the Hall of Fame, but neither here nor there.
All right. Man, let's talk a little golf, man. Howard.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, Howard backed by Steph Curry and Under Armour. Part of that very lucrative apparel deal. One of the lucrative apparel deals that
the most lucrative apparel deal that HBCUs had. Oh, my bad. That's the other one. My bad.
Yeah. Well, I think it's combined. In the combined effort, they have the most lucrative apparel deals down there up there at Howard. But yeah, Howard's golf team dressed to the nines in their Jordan wear. I'm sorry, actually Under Armour wear for the golf team. They won the D1 HBCU national championship. So congratulations to them.
Congratulations.
Very well done. I don't know. J.R. Smith
money well spent. Nah, he on North Carolina A&T.
That's what I'm saying. He must not have been playing because he wasn't gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. But nah, for real though, it was from what I heard, like it wasn't even close. As far as like how this went, as far as the like scoring, they won by like a lot of shots. Yeah. It was a lot of bogeys on the other side, so from the other teams. But yeah. Now on the Division II side, Kentucky State won the HBCU golf championship. I had to actually look at the picture like twice when I first saw it. I like Kentucky State, or is that Kentucky? I was confused, but nah, man. But for real though, congratulations to them, man, on that win. Very, very good win, historic win.
You petty, bro.
I'm being honest. You know you did too. You looked at that picture a couple times. That one it wasn't in my topic because I was like, nah, maybe
I did, maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I did. But
yeah. But nah, man. I was, you know what I'm saying? But it is great. But it does show once again, HBCUs are always inclusive and not exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Blue Bloods.
That's true.
We welcome him with open arms.
Yes, we do. Big old hug. But not just that, man. If you look at any baseball team,
yeah. I mean, not even just that. I mean, if you look, I don't know if you social media people, if y'all saw it or not, but the guy from Jackson State, Hayden, who played on the football team the past year, graduated and all that, he just, proposed and got engaged. Congratulations, young man. You know what I'm saying? To a young woman he met at Jackson State. And if you would have never known what university, you would have thought it would have been Ole Miss that both of them attended. You know what I mean? So it's stories like that all over the place, man. It's just simple-minded people think otherwise.
Right. Ooh. You hear that? It is coming down over here. It is raining hard. Let me hurry up and get up off here, like the old folks say. Get up off of that thing and listen to God talk. But in CIAA, man, Fayetteville State women and Virginia State men both repeat as outdoor track and field champions. Congratulations to them on the repeat, man.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
That is. Why I'm so slow, man. I knew I keep trying to go to this other monitor. It don't work. So
that's the power way of telling you to get out.
Yeah, it is. I gotta figure out what happened, man. I'm gonna just cut off. Yeah, I'm looking at what MEAC track. Is that next week?
Nah, it's this week.
Oh, is it going on right now? I think so.
Well, no, I think it's this week. Yeah, it is.
Oh, actually, so here we go. Norfolk State men won the outdoor track championship. Let's see if the women's is done.
Norfolk State. Dang, Banks, Morgan State. I almost had them one.
Yeah, so I don't see the women's yet. I did see that the Howard women 1, 2, and 3 they swept the the 400 hurdles.
Dang, 1, 2, and 3. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm still looking. It doesn't say about the women's track who won that championships. Let's see if it tells us there. No, it doesn't say. Indoor, of course, was Norfolk women's. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Where is it? Men's outdoor. It just said. It doesn't have it. It doesn't say. So, or is that 2022? Nope, it don't. It just don't say. It say on the actual watch call. It said that Norfolk men won. They don't say anything about which women's team. So. But we'll have to report on it next time when it comes up. So
yeah.
But man, you got anything else before we get up out of here, man?
Nah, man. I'm finna go watch this softball since it just came back from weather delay.
All right. I'm gonna finish looking at it look like Boston finna go home early. They about to
that's the coalition you was talking about?
Yeah, that one too.
Jason Tatum, Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Marcus Smart. That's who you was talking
about. What's is that Brogdon that first of all, he needs to be eliminated with that haircut. That boy makes Stephen A look like Don King. Listen,
this dude right here.
If your forehead shine, they ain't 4, that's like 10. All that signage, all that, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go. Get them up out of there. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3 barbershop. You don't even go to
bruh.
That's what. And he had the nerve to say, "Got a fresh cut for the game." Well, bruh, that dude need a lace back. He need the front and the back lace back. That dude just.
This dude right here crazy.
Don't make no sense, man. But man, we'll be back on Monday. We're gonna take off. I want to wish all the mothers out there a happy Mother's Day.
Definitely.
We wouldn't be here without you, literally and figuratively. We love you. We appreciate you, all that you do. I don't know what else, man. What else you got?
That's it, man. See y'all Monday, man.
Yep. And
kiss y'all mama, hug y'all mama, your wife, whoever.
Yeah. Your mama and your wife, not somebody else's. All right. Like that.
Well, some of their wives might be somebody else's mama, though.
You can do that. You can do that. Well, you better leave other people's wives alone. All right, man. Let's get up out of here. This show was presented by betonline.ag.